Greetings AI Forum audience. Welcome to AI Conversation episode number 4, the flagship series of the AI Forum, dedicated to discussing crucial AI related matters that bridge the gap between industry, academia, and policymakers. My name is Sevicha Arthur and I'll be moderating today's session. For today's conversation, we're diving into the fascinating world of AI and linguistics, particularly large language models, or LLMs, exploring their strengths, limitations, and applications in Cambodia's context. We're thrilled to have Dr. Buoy Rina with us for this discussion. Dr. Rina is an applied AI researcher at the Techo Startup Center and a prominent figure in Cambodia's AI ecosystem. Today, we'll uncover the transformative potential of LLMs. Welcome, Dr. Rina. Let's start at the very beginning. To help our audience understand the foundation of today's discussion, could you explain what exactly a large language model, or LLM, is in simple terms?
Thank you, Vacha. So, in simple terms, a large language model is a large deep neural network that takes textual inputs, which we call a prompt, and produce textual outputs that best completes the prompt. By best completion here, it means the completion that maximizes the likelihood of a given language. In technical terms, given a prompt, a large language model would compute a probability distribution over the next word over all the possible words of a given language. Then a high probability word is sampled, generated, and added to the prompt, and the generation process continues like before. This is exactly how ChatGPT works, and this one at a time generation process is known as autoregressive generation.
That's a clear and insightful explanation, Dr. Rina. Thank you. Now that we know what an LLM is, let's explore what makes it so powerful. Could you share some of the key strengths of LLMs and what they are particularly good at?
Thank you. And to answer these questions, let me first explain the training process of large language models. Typically, a large language model is first pre-trained on a large collection of internet text so that it can acquire general understanding of a given language. Next, to make it follow human instructions, it is instruction fine-tuned on a much smaller instruction fine-tuning dataset. And to turn it into a chatbot system, it is further trained to understand human preferences. Because of this multi-phase training, a large language model is pretty good with language processing tasks. For example, we can instruct a large language model to summarize content, to translate from one language to another, to paraphrase or to spell check, etc. Prior to large language model era, all of these tasks were performed with their dedicated models.
That's fascinating. It's incredible to see how versatile LLMs are across various tasks. However, as with any technology, there must be challenges or limitations. Could you share some of the main hurdles or weaknesses of LLMs?
Again, thanks for the question. So this is a really good question. While a large language model is particularly good at some tasks mentioned earlier, they are struggle with tasks that require long and complex reasoning. They struggle with tasks that require factual correction or up-to-date information. For all of these tasks, a large language model can produce wrong or make up answer, which we call hallucinations. Thus, we cannot completely trust the outputs from a large language model as it is. Of course, there are some techniques that can be used to mitigate this. For example, chain of thought (COT) is a prompting technique we use to ask a large language model to do multi-step reasoning before giving the final answers. Retrieval augmented generation (RAG) is a retrieval-based technique to provide external information to a large language model in order to reduce hallucination.
That's a very important perspective. While LLMs have limitations, it's clear there are emerging innovations to address them. One such concept is agent AI. Could you introduce us to this concept and explain how it overcomes some of the challenges faced by basic LLM systems?
Indeed, agentic AI is a relatively new paradigm in the space of large language models, and it is meant to overcome the limitations of a vanilla or basic large language model system. There is no universal definition of an agentic AI system. However, practically, it is basically a system that can reason, act, and interact with the external environments by itself. For example, if we prompt what is the temperature in Phnom Penh today, an agentic AI system can first reason whether it can answer the question directly, and otherwise it will decide what to do next, which in this case to call an external weather API to get correct information before giving the final answer. And this is not the case of a basic or vanilla large language model system. In short, an agentic AI paradigm allows us to leverage the full potential of large language models.
Thank you for that explanation, Dr. Rina. Now, bringing the discussion closer to home, could you share some real world applications of LLMs or AI in general that are particularly relevant or impactful in Cambodia?
Yes, indeed, and in Cambodia, particularly at the Techo Startup Center, we've been working on developing an agentic AI question answering system to support the online business registration OBR portals. The idea here is to have an AI system that works 24/7 to answer relevant questions related to the online business registration process. So the AI system first understands the nature of the questions and search for relevant documents, draft the answers, verify the answers before producing the final answer to the users. This process is fully autonomous without human in the loop.
Dr. Rina, this has been an incredibly enriching session. Thank you for sharing your expertise on LLMs, their potential, and their relevance to Cambodia. From understanding their fundamental workings to addressing their limitations, as well as exploring exciting applications like Agent AI, we've covered a lot of ground today. It's inspiring to hear how initiatives like those at the Techo Startup Center are leveraging AI to solve real world problems and improve services. It's a reminder of how technology can transform not just industries but also governance and daily life in Cambodia. To our audience, we hope you found today's discussion insightful and thought provoking. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and share AI Conversations for more engaging dialogues on AI's role in shaping our future. Until next time, this is Vicha signing off. Stay curious, stay informed, and let's continue to explore the limitless possibilities of AI together.